Hello, everyone. Happy Litha, or Midsummer, as some of us refer to it as. I just wanted to try and make a vlog for you guys today. I'm trying out recording on my phone, which is a little awkward, so I apologize if my eyes are everywhere. I'm still getting used to how to do this on my phone. I have a newer phone. But anyway, so what I was actually hoping to do today was just talk to you a little bit about what Litha is. For some of you, you might be familiar with calling it the summer solstice. This is the longest day of the year for where I am in the northern hemisphere. This is when the sun is actually most exposed to us for the longest period during the cosmic cycle that we go through. Um, for me, it's really a special time of year because as a dualist pagan, I believe in a lot of duality and like paradoxes and things like that. Like one cannot exist without something else. I'm big into moon magic, but you can't have moon magic if you don't have the sun, right? Um, so one of the things that I'm really excited about on this time of the year is I get to connect with my sun deities. Now, one of the sun deities that I work with that I usually get spend some time with in the morning is Helios. Helios is the Greek sun titan, the son of Hyperion, which is the titan of the Pillar of Light. His sister Selene is the moon, obviously. So for me, he's somebody very near and dear to my heart. He's also one of the titans that chose to help the Olympians in their fight during the Titanomachy. His father did take responsibility for his acts of the crime against Uranus with his brothers. However, he did convince Helios and Selene not to join that fight. He wanted the next generation to rise up. It was time for the Titans to take a step back and own what they had done, the imbalance they had started, and in hopes that the new generation would create that better world. Um, for me, Helios is he's always been a joy to spend time with. This year, I did not get to enjoy my sunrise time with him. I always offer him up some honey in the morning. Honey is very dear to the Greek deities, no matter where you come from, but it's also a very important offering to give any sun deity. As honey is created from the pollen that bees pick up, it's considered a gift that you can give back to any sun deity. If you're trying to get into paganism, that's one of the things that you can definitely offer up to any sun deity is honey. It's an easy thing to get your hands on. Doesn't matter if it's locally sourced. Again, it's not about the price of your offering, it's about the intention behind it and what that intention and the offering means to the deity. Um, Another deity that I like working with, again, because I am a dualist, that means I am into masculine and feminine energies. I believe that I have them both within myself. We all do, technically. It's a balance of the chaotic and creative destructions in all of us. The female deity that I like working with its son is Brigid. Some might know her as Brigid, Saint Brigid, from Catholic canon. She's kind of famous for being one of the few gods the Catholic Church could not get rid of, and I'm very proud of everything that she's given to me. I kind of have an interesting background in where I found my connection to Brigid, because when I was younger, I actually was already working with her sister Morrigan. Now, some believe that Morrigan is her mother, some believe she's her sister, some believe they're not related at all. The teachings in the book and the sagas that I have read in the poems is that Morrigan is the older sister, Brigid is the middle sister, and Rhiannon is the youngest. You have Morrigan, which is the dark moon, Brigid the sun, and Rhiannon is that full bright moon. So you have these three different phases all existing at one time. It's the following that I've always worked with. But I love working with Brigid because not only is she a sun deity, but she's also a deity of wells and waters, and she's this amazing mother deity where not only is she a mother, but she also is a warrior. She prepares the armies to go out. She makes sure that everybody is ready and nourished and prepared for their fight. I've always found that fascinating about her. Just that remembering to fill your own cup. before you can go out into the world and do any fighting. She's nurtured me. The way that I actually found her was I had an old roommate, my first roommate actually. He bought her on a whim because he actually was a druid. She is very closely connected to female druids, actually. She had her own shrines, her own temples, her own sacred lands. There's a whole forest that's actually dedicated to her. Acorns is something, if you want to work with Brigid, acorns is a big thing with her. So keep your eyes open for any kind of things that cross your path and you want to put that up on your altar. You can think about that. But when he moved out, because it was kind of an ugly split, we were going to ask him to leave, but he basically realized he'd outstayed his welcome and he left. And one of the things he left behind was his Brigid. And I was so upset. I was like, how can you just leave this amazing goddess behind? And then I realized, no, she was left because she was supposed to stay there with me. And I actually started researching her and looking into her, and I realized this mother figure. I didn't have the best mom, but I definitely felt mother nature, and the goddess has always been a dear mother to me, as well as a sacred lover. Things like that. She's definitely filled my cup when I wasn't there, when somebody wasn't there for me. So on today, while we have Imbolic or Candlemas or however you like to look at it, that is Brigid's Day as well. But the summer solstice is always, it's a fire festival, and she will always be associated with fire and water. A beautiful duality in and of itself. So I have spent some time with Brigid and Helios today because unfortunately Mrs. Winchester had an injury and she's recovering right now. So I'm hoping that the rest and time that I've asked for of today to give to her so she can be back on her feet soon. I had to spend some time with her this morning asking for that. Helios also big on personal health, taking care of yourself. You can't run when you're broken. So he wants us to enjoy life as it is given to us. That's why the offering of the sun on the longest day is so that it can nourish the earth with as much warmth as possible. So if you've got sunlight out today, I highly encourage you just for a little bit. You don't have to go out forever, but just a little bit of sun and just absorb that gift that's being given to us. It's a gift that it's so easy to just take it in, breathe in some fresh air. Like, just let the warmth of the sun wash over you for a little while. That's something that I definitely am looking forward to doing a little bit later today. Like I said, been keeping an eye on Mrs. Winchester, just checking up on some of my posts today. It is Tuesday, so I was on my Facebook groups doing my Did You Knows. I've noticed they're finally starting to pick up, so it's really got me happy today. I've got so much to be grateful for on this Sabbat. I hope all of you are having an equally satisfactory day. I know it's not a weekend or anything, but Midsummer is something I think we can enjoy no matter we're working or not. Some rituals can be done later in the day, or you can do them just a little brief thing. I know I've got my 3-wick candle that I'll be burning after sunset. I actually made it last year. I wanted it to burn as my little fire that I would have set up. I don't have a house yet to where I can have my little bonfire or have my fires that you can jump over. That is usually a tradition on Midsummer, is that you have this big fire that you jump over it. It's kind of like jumping over a threshold. Show that, life and vitality is a part of fire. Fire doesn't have to be exclusively destructive, and I love that about it. It's just as destructive as it is nurturing for us. Without the sun, we wouldn't have crops. We wouldn't have warmth. We'd be a cold, desolate. No life would be living without the sun. So whether you connect to the divine with spirituality or from a scientific perspective, just appreciating on like an astronomy level, how much we get from the sun, how fascinating the life of this star is. I love geosciences. I love astrosciences. That's how I connect to the great mystery, the divine, the powers that be, higher powers. I love seeing the beauty that is in nature. There's I think I've mentioned previously that I did grow up in a Christian home. I respected it. I wanted to be a part of it, but I felt something inside of me did not connect. And I think it gave me a great foundation for how faith can really work, because my father, oh my goodness, rest in peace, Father, Commander Jones, he was a great example of how spirituality and faith does not mean you have to silence someone else. You can live in a world and have different views and perspectives. Um, I really was grateful for having that early in my life. And today, that's what I really want to promote, is that we can all share this beautiful world, whether you believe it was created by one creator or by multiple, but, differing events and things like that. No matter what pantheon or path you follow, I think we all can appreciate that we're a part of this beautifully created world, whether it was perfectly aligned chaos or intricately designed. I think we all can appreciate that. Um, so on today, I hope that you guys can reflect and think about how much the sun is giving to you today, or just reflecting on how much gratitude you have for where you're at in your life right now. There's a lot we can be feeling miserable about, but there's also so much to be grateful for. And isn't life worth living when you have more gratitude in it? Um, I hope that you take that away today. Um, as always, I have my blessing that I give out to you. But before I do that, I want to let you guys know that I have finished my Mythic Storytelling Season 1, so I'm going to take a break from that. Maybe I'll get some more vlogs or some of my videos where I respond to different storytelling. I haven't gotten a lot of comments on it asking for additional things, so I'm not really sure where to go with it. But I'm looking forward to more coming from my channel. I do have a new goal on my Patreon. We're trying to get to 70 a month, because if I get 70 a month, that allows me to order either every other month or every month. I can get books ordered from my distributor that I can sell on Mrs. Winchester's store, which is Feywild Apothecary. I'll leave a link to that in the description of this video on YouTube. We're trying to sell some signed copies that come straight from us. You can buy them from us and they will all be signed. We'll have paperback and hardback available. I don't have any hardcovers yet because I wasn't able to afford to purchase them. But like I said, if I get that $70 coming in regularly every month, I'll be able to do that on the regular, and we can start selling them there. And we're also working on making some collectible merchandise that's inspired by some things from the stories you love. So if we can get that goal of 70, I also do have my cup of coffee a day that's still going. I only have 4 active patrons right now. But at 30 patrons a day, then I can start getting my live streams up, because that's a lot more money coming in that I can afford to get better equipment. I'm hoping that this video comes out good, because I might start using that to upload my things. But in the meantime, though, I got so much to be grateful for moving forward. This is the middle of the year. Another thing about Litha to remember is this is a gateway. One of the reasons you jump over the fire is you're crossing from the first half of the year into the second half. The second half of the year starts the decline. We start seeing shorter days. We start seeing the harvest coming forward. So it's nothing to be sad about. For some of us who have the Oak King and the Holly King, this is the Oak King's highest point of power. He's just at his strongest. The Holly King is at his weakest. After today, though, the Holly King starts growing in power. So, the battle between endless winter and endless summer, it's an interesting wheel of the year. So I hope that you guys think about moving forward. What goals do you have for yourself? What harvest are you looking forward to? I'm hoping to get a vlog up for the next Sabbat, which is Lammas. I'm realizing I do better when I kind of make these one-take videos. So maybe I'll make a new vlog for Lammas and make a public post about it. And there's plenty I can say about Lammas, because I love my sabbats. They each have a different meaning for me. But at the core of it all, Brigid is the Divine Mother. One of the Divine Mothers that takes care of me when my mother was not always there for me. My mother's getting better, though. I don't want you guys all thinking my mother's horrible, but she's actually getting better. We're reconnecting. We're making a new relationship. And then Helios, I know what it's like to lose a father. I know what it's like to see my dad go off to war, to watch the sacrifice that he's done, as well as just losing my dad. For Helios, his dad never gets to come back. After the war, he didn't return. He was sent to Tartarus with the rest of his brothers. So I know what it's like to lose. And I always kind of feel like Helios is there for me when I think about my dad, because this is also a time of year. We just had Father's Day. It's always a difficult time of year for me. I lost all my grandparents, so I've lost all my grandfathers. Any father figure I've had in my life, sadly, I've lost them. And it's nice to know that Helios can sit with me and we both can think about how good we loved our fathers and everything they taught us. So as well as this past month on the 6th is the anniversary of my father's passing. So a lot of this comes together, and Helios just sits with me, which is why I was really sad I didn't get my morning with him this year, but I was really tired taking care of Mrs. Winchester, and always Helios would want me to take care of my own, first and foremost. So if you've got some time, go outside, enjoy some sunlight. My blessing is be kind to yourself and to others, as always. And what you sow into the world, what you put out into the universe, that energy you put out, may you receive those benefits back to you in kind. Until next time, though, happy adventuring.